Okay, I have here other topics of conversation that go a little bit out of order from what happened on the weekend. But what are your overall thoughts with the new Australian Grand Prix layout?
I like it. It's kind of sad because I love the old layout as well. Those like to set of the two chickens, the second chicken that they took out. Um, I mean, I liked it, but at the end of the day, the car seems like they race better like this, and there's more passing opportunities.
Mhm.
It's still a beautiful track. I mean, oh, by the way, I did hear that like this was like the most attended sports event in
In
Australian
Australian
history.
history. Yeah,
So that's really good.
crazy.
Like the yeah, the fan interaction there. It's. I mean, it's a lovely track. I was happy with it. My nostalgia makes me feel like I had more fun racing on the other one, but it's probably the right thing for them.
Also, for some reason, I think they're racing at like different time that they usually do. Like the sun seems to be setting,
Yeah.
which I don't think that was ever an issue back in the day.
No, I think
Uh,
Australia, at least in the game, always when you're racing, it gets to evening time and like it starts like the
starts
sun starts
happening.
getting
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, I never remember that being an issue, but that's
No,
interesting.
I think it's always was, and also like it's always been at midnight our time, so
Yeah,
like I think they remain around that time.
yeah. Okay. The
Yeah.
other topic of conversation
Mhm.
that I had about the race overall is that in comparison with Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, where do you rank this like overall race on? Better than any of them, or
No,
just the third best?
uh, the third best so far. Like I would give you like a 7 out of 10, like I said at the beginning. I don't know what I would give Saudi Arabia. I'm kind of past it at this point.
Yeah, like it already passed the emotion and the adrenaline.
Yeah, but
But you
no,
don't think it was better than any of those races?
no, because those had like a lot of passing, a lot of interaction between like first and second. This one, it was like kind of like Leclerc, not crash or spin or his car
Yeah.
go out. That was kind of like the tension that I got, and there were like a lot of action, like in the back, where like it was fun enough to watch. But not super like relevant, like not like the guys in the back were kind of just fighting for like those final few points. It was kind of fun that the Mercs got some points, and it was good to
Mhm.
see the McLarens a little bit back again. But they didn't really get a lot of action. They were just solid like 5, 6 like the entire weekend. So
Okay. So
uh,
with that, it comes
solid.
like the question, like, like sometimes, like, for example, I think like, well, I always compare it to like League of Legends, for example, where like you had Faker being like the best player, and every time that you went to see him, it was just a delight watching Faker own everybody else. Same in basketball, Michael Jordan. Like every
Mhm.
Michael Jordan game that you watch, like the guy is gonna deliver like a show where he's gonna dominate the other
Yeah.
guy, and it's beautiful to see. But I feel like in Formula One, that doesn't translate very well when you have one guy dominating something like for so long, or even if it's just the one off. So in
Mhm.
this case, we had Leclerc just own and drive the race of his lifetime, like, and the entire weekend, like pole position, fastest lap, wins the race, leads every
Of the lab.
single lap of the race. Like even when he pits, he has such advantage over the second place, then he comes out ahead.
Yeah.
Like so it's like utter domination from Charles Leclerc and just beautiful like how he fucking owned that entire race. But we don't find it as like, oh,
uh,
what a
uh,
beautiful race,
yeah.
it's more exciting when like you have a fight for the lead
Yeah.
rather than like complete and utter domination. So why that doesn't that translate well? Like you're seeing like a guy perform at its very best, nobody can match him, and it's just not as exciting.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I mean, racing is like you want to see like the close action. I mean, it is like these vehicles and the passes. We'll get more of that, but I think at the same time, it is. I mean, it is how it goes sometimes. I mean, like, we're living in a very spoiled time at the moment, of Formula One, where like every weekend there's a lot of action. But you go back like even like 3 years ago, or like there wasn't that much action. It was a lot of like Hamilton leading and winning,
You know that
right?
like 2017 in the Australian Grand Prix, there were only two overtakes the entire race.
Oof. That see that those were our times. That's what we've had to deal with. So no, I mean, I think there's races every now and then where like somebody can just dominate. I think there'll be more action. They're making the cars better, and like the teams, even I mean, you could argue that Red Bull's still the better team. It's just so happened that like Charles was in a better track for him this weekend. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm totally fine with that. It's not as entertaining, but like every now and then you need races where like yeah, it's not as exciting. So that when like the exciting races come, you're like pretty hyped about it too. So
Okay.